This is John Kane. I'm going to present another one in the series of John's Front Porch to deal with the fundamentals of homeotherapeutics. There's a lot of questions are asked every day of us at work, and we've decided to make a film to make it easier for you to see it on either a disc or on some public playing. Today, on John's Front Porch, we're going to talk about potency. This is probably the most asked question of anyone getting started in homeopathy. When you buy a bottle of homeotherapeutics, this is homeopathy, micronutrition plus, Bach flower remedy, or Schischler's tissue salt, you're buying a very unique product. It may have a name on it that sounds like an herbal name because it's a botanical, but if you see the word homeopathy or micronutrition plus, you'll know that this is homeotherapeutics. It means that there is none of the toxic chemicals, or little or none of the toxic chemicals, that are represented by the name. For instance, if you buy a bottle of arnica, it might be arnica mother tincture, which is used for bruises. For instance, it could be in an oil. It could be in a mother tincture, which is the alcohol and herb. And this is not homeotherapeutic. It is a drug. It is an herb. It's used in a drug-like manner. If you look on the bottle and it says Arnica 30C, this tells you immediately that it's a homeotherapeutic. When you see the number 30 and you see the letter C, this clearly tells you that it's homeopathic or micronutrition plus. You'll see that on the label. And people say to me, what does this mean? All right, today we're going to talk about this on John's Front Porch. This system was part of the first generation homeotherapeutics, which is a Victorian style of producing a healthcare product. What it means is that the arnica has been processed. It's been processed 30 times, and it has made a very pure product. These numbers are not 1 to 30. They are in a very definite rhythm, like chords. You will only use and see the 6th, the 12th, the 30th, the 200th, and above that 1000 or 1M. You as a non-professional will use things the 6, the 12, the 30, the 200, and perhaps a very unique European system of combining those four together, 6, 12, 30, 200, into what is referred to as forte, strong, or 4 parts. Let's talk about what these numbers mean. The X and C has to do with the style of processing, a hand processing. Was derived and refined in the Victorian era. With the X, Roman numeral X, Roman numeral C, X means 1 to 10. So you take some high quality arnica mother tincture, add 1 part of it to 10 parts of liquid solvent alcohol, and that's a 1X. You put it in a closed vial, shake it up, creating a static charge as you shake it, and you have diluted down the physical properties of arnica and amplified the magnetic code 1 step. You then get a fresh bottle, you take 1 part of that first dilution, put it in the bottle, add 10 parts of solvent, close the bottle, shake it again. That would be a 2X, and you'd continue on up to the 30th in this case. If it was a C, you would take 1 part of the herbal mother tincture and add 100 parts. That's the C, 100 parts of solvent, put the top on, shake it up. Take 1 drop from that process, add it to a fresh vial with 100 parts of solvent again, and shake it again, and continue on up to 30th once more. A very important part of this, or a curiosity, is that there's a mathematical chemistry phenomena here, and I believe it's pronounced Avogadro's number. And this is the mathematical place where none of the original products exist. In the C progression, it is at 12. So its Avogadro's number is 10 to the 23rd. So in the C potency, when you go from 12 to 13, you passed Avogadro's number. Everything else on the way up to 30th has been a pure energy amplification, not being clogged up by the toxic or poisonous material of the starting herb. In the X progression, it isn't until you get to the 23rd and moving on to the 24th that you reach Avogadro's number. So you have the chance all the way up to 30 at the 6th, the 12th, that you might have something allergic or poisonous. So we recommend that you if you're a hypersensitive person, that you only buy the C potency. It's a higher quality. All of the progressions have been done, most of them in a much more pure energy progression. So we recommend knowing the difference between an herbal mother tincture and a homeopathic, a homeotherapeutic. Look for the X or C. Look for the number. We recommend for a home first aid kit, colds, flus, bumps, bruises, this sort of thing, that you buy the 30th. That the 30th is the best first aid. The 6th is a good potency to teach the body how to do something, to get temporary relief, but it really won't do anything curative. The 200th, you might want a few things in the 200th because they're very good for emergency intervention. Let's say you have a tooth pulled, or someone falls down, kids riding the bike, they fall off, they get a whole bunch of bruises and such. At the 200th, a few doses would be good, but very few remedies need to be had in the 200th. Never have in the house anything above 200th. That the 1000th or 1M, the 10M, the 50M should only be used by professionals. They're usually given once or twice in a lifetime. Once or twice in a lifetime. Never multiple times a day until the bottle is empty. Be very concerned about any healthcare practitioner who recommends taking the 1M, the 10M, and so on multiple times a day. Be very suspicious that this practitioner doesn't know what they're doing, that they're pretending to be a trained homeopath. If you're going to purchase remedies, you probably will, if you had 50 to 100 remedies, this is the most you'd ever use in a lifetime. The first 50 remedies, most important 50 remedies, represent about 70% of all the usage. You add another 50 or 100 remedies, you're up to 80% of all the usage that'll ever be done. And if you go up to 150, you're up to 85% of anything you'd ever need a remedy for. So there is an absolute number of what you need, somewhere between 50 to 150, probably only in the 30th potency. So it's a very manageable number of things you're going to do. I hope this is some help in the first part of exploring homeopathy, of potency, what potency means, and how the potencies are made in the first generation Victorian method of doing things. There are other methods that have been developed in the last half of the 20th century, and an entire revolution in homeotherapeutics has occurred as computers and electronics have continued to advance. So look forward to the next John's Front Porch. We hope to have these on disc so you can have them at home. We hope to put them in print, in a book. We hope to have them in some public viewing place. Thank you very much for coming to visit, and look forward to the next John's Front Porch. Bye now.